crime has he committed? I think his primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country. And that's pretty bad. It's the wrong philosophy. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them prisoners. They're taking up your health care. They're taking up your space in schools. They're taking up your hospital. And in many cases, they're criminals.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
People been talking about these lying, scamming, fraudulent, crook politicians. Look, sleeping with the campaign's manager wife, he coming out. Yeah. I told you about these, especially the ones out of California, in New York, all over. I'm telling you, these people here are a disgrace. They should not be where they at right now. A lot of them ought to be walked out in handcuffs. I told you. These same ones, you know, and they claim to be such good, innocent people and be some of the worst human beings. Yeah, look.
Thank you all for coming here on short notice. Want to make it clear that everything you've heard and read is true. And I am deeply sorry about that. I've hurt someone I care deeply about, Alex Turk, his friends and family. And that is something that I have to live with and something that I am deeply sorry for. I am also sorry.
Now you're hurting in destroyed California. I tell you, man, they had to walk him out in handcuffs. They should have walked him out in handcuffs a long time ago.
Sorry that I've let the people of San Francisco down. They expect a lot of their mayor, and my personal lapse of judgment aside, I am committed to restoring their trust and confidence, and will work very hard in the upcoming months to make sure that the business of running the city is framed appropriately. I also want to extend a personal apology to everyone in our administration, to my staff that I just met with, to my friends and my family members. I am deeply sorry.
Brother Hair Jail, still on here crying, lying at dog. You scamming, lying, hypocrite dog. Got all this hair, spent all the money on hair jail. And California is a complete dumpster fire. Y'all to run everybody out of California. And I got to see them down here where I live at. I said, where do you come from, California? They running everybody out of there. All this hair gel in his head. And they got Diddy all in the hair gel. It's Diddy all in the hair gel. Look at him, still on here crying. I care about the community, the kids, the little 4-year-old girl. You know, same sound bite, same line. Just these people here, man, I tell you, they need to be walked out with their hands behind their back. Doing what they did that senator just a day and a half or 2 days ago. And that officer said, put your hands behind your back. And they put him in handcuffs. This needs to happen to Gavin Newsom, brother hair jail.
I don't know how any heart can't be broken when 4-year-old girls are going missing, when kids are quite literally being left at school because their parents have disappeared, where people aren't showing up at their own graduations. I just watched a video of someone with 2 kids, 6 and 2 years old, in the back of his car, and the car was rammed by ICE. He's part of the Carpenters Union here in the state of California. You have people literally running down the streets being chased by ICE agents at car washes, Home Depots, down.
Hope you're in shape. Hope y'all in shape. Yeah, we're gonna come get you. Yeah, we got to do things the right way. This is America now, baby. We are so back. Common sense is back. The people voted for it. His approval rating is skyrocketing. They said, we want this. We're getting exactly what we voted for. It was a complete invasion. auto pen zombie scandal. Didn't know who was running the country. Wide open. Come on in. Yeah. Now, I know how y'all feel about some of the amnesty that's been brought up by Trump. This and with the, you know, and even some of y'all agreeing with the sponsors. That, you know, some workers, I mean, some, you know, with the workers and some farmers can have sponsors. And again, we'll talk about that in a whole different video. And I want to hear what you guys have to think about that, you know, on these other topics when it comes to that. But, you know, but this man right here is a disgrace. He ought to be walked out in handcuffs.
There in Ventura today, big ag workplace assaults. 9 month woman pregnant, arrested. 9 month pregnant. When I say people disappearing, no due process. They disappear.
And this is what they are, due process. Where's that grieving mother's due process? Where's that mom that was killed by illegal criminal gang members? That black mom, to the black mom. You know, BLM ain't gonna show up for that either. BLM only show up when this happens. This happens when the black kid goes out and kill a white person. That's when, and they want to donate $500,000. That's when BLM will show up. But what about the grieving family? The Lakewood Rileys. What happened? Where they due process? That's what I want to know. What a due process is at, God dog it. Talk about due process.
So a federal facility, they may end up a day later, maybe hours later, in Louisiana, Texas. Their family don't know where they is. That's Trump's America right now. And he's playing it out not just in the streets of California. This is starting to take shape all across the country right now.
Misinformation, fear-mongering, lying, dogs scamming you. All this hair gel on your head.
Health workers, teachers, parents, and kids. I promise.
Newsom's is worse, and that's some cold comfort. Gavin Newsom may wind up in jail. At least he's crying about it. And this is a fight, of course, that he started by allowing a criminal invader migrant parasite army to infest his state, California, the crown jewel of America. And what I mean by that is there's no state that is more richly gifted in natural resources and beauty and in a build of a beautiful society. I mean, check out videos of California from 50 or 60 years ago. Beautiful. It is a literal paradise on earth. And it's been destroyed systematically by the Democrat Party for power. And how did they do that? They imported criminal aliens by the tens of millions in order to flip the state, gave them amnesty, and then gave them all of the federal goodies like welfare, Medicaid, free health care, and so on. They protect this migrant horde because it gives them power. It doesn't matter what the Americans' lives are like in the state of California. Screw those people. They vote against us. We will incentivize the criminal alien army to, of course, behave like criminals, which is what they're doing, because these people didn't build California or this nation, and they actually despise it. They don't love this place, and they want to see it destroyed, and that's why they're destroying it on camera. Now, Gavin Newsom incentivized this, fomented it, and has been openly calling for ICE to back off, for the American military to back off, and to let a foreign invasion army just attack them. Now, Tom Homan threatened Gavin Newsom and said, "You'll be arrested if you interfere further in our operations, removing the criminal aliens that you led into the state." Here's Tom Homan's threat.
They can't impede our enforcement efforts. They can't put hands on our officers. They'll be prosecuted too. Haven't they said for the last 4 years, no one's above the law? They cross the line, we'll seek prosecution. You and I would be held accountable. They prosecuted President Trump. No one's above the law. That's what they said. Either is the Governor Newsom. If he crosses that line, we'll simply ask the Attorney General to seek prosecution. It wasn't a threat. No one threatened to arrest him. But if he crosses that line and commits a crime, he's no better than anybody else who will seek prosecution.
In response to this, Gavin Newsom gave a tear-filled threat back. You can hear his voice cracking here, saying, "Come arrest me. Come arrest me, Tom Homan. Make my day."
Has been here 10 years. The fear, the horror, the hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with. Tough guy. You know, I don't give a damn.
but I care about my community. I care about this community.
He lying.
The hell are they doing?
You don't care about the community. Stop lying. I'm sick of hearing all these lying, man. I'm sick of these people. I'm sick of these politics. I'm sick of these governors, man. Tom, y'all should have been put his butt in handcuffs. He asked for it. He begged for it.
These guys need to grow up. They need to stop. And we need to push back. And I'm sorry to be so clear, but that kind of bloviating is exhausting. So, Tom, arrest me. Let's go.
In response to Gavin Newsom saying, please come arrest me, Donald Trump said, make my day, actually. I would love to see Gavin Newsom arrested.
Gavin Newsom he's daring Tom Homan to come and arrest him. Should he do it? I would do it if I were Tom. I think it's great. Gavin likes the publicity, but I think it would be a great thing. He's done a terrible job. Look, I like Gavin Newsom. He's a nice guy, but he's grossly incompetent. Everybody knows. All you have to do is look at the little railroad he's building. It's about 100 times over budget. We're putting a flagpole over there. Under budget. I always do under budget.
Okay, and now we get to this. Gavin Newsom sobbing and crying live on an interview with the New York Times, talking about his daughter and the LA riots. It's amazing how these libs always make up these stories about their children crying over Donald Trump. It's like a meme at this point. Here we go. California Governor Gavin Newsom continued his all-out messaging war against Donald Trump as he decided to send federal troops to California to quell the riots. Newsom painted himself and his family as a victim of Trump's aggressive posture towards California, revealing that the president made his teenage daughter cry. And Gavin Newsom himself cried. I have a 15-year-old who quite literally came home from school crying because he was told on her last day of school, God is my witness, because she was told her daddy was getting arrested. He told a podcast in the New York Times. Newsom grew emotional as he spoke about the incident, his already hoarse voice cracking. He was referring to the comment that Trump made to reporters, asked the governor to be arrested. I would do it if I were Tom. I told you, they are such beta cucks. Gavin Newsom was crying, clearly, in his massive address to the nation. Gavin Newsom gave a teary, silent movie, maybe like an homage to early Hollywood, I'm not sure. Gavin Newsom, clearly with red eyes, with tears in his eyes, released this to the world.
Okay, we are working on the audio. Not sure if that's on the governor's end, but
shit, see, fake news media can't never get it right. Don't never got the equipment set. You know, just can't never get it right. They ought to just shut y'all down. Y'all not gonna come on here and put out the truth or put the right headlines and just spin everything like y'all do anyways. You know, then y'all don't have your stuff together. Y'all don't have the equipment. You know, somebody back there ain't plugged the right thing in. Y'all are a disgrace, CBS. All y'all. CNN, MSNBC, the enemy of the people. I think that's God right there saying that wouldn't have had the audio correct. They couldn't even get the audio on and correct. I think that's a message from that. Let me stop. It might be God. I'm just saying. A disgrace with the fake news media.
But we're working to get that production up and running for you so you can listen in. We certainly will have excerpts of what the governor has said, but we're efforting to get the audio working so we can hear.
Fake news media audio ain't working. Yeah. Yeah, that's right there. People know why the audio wasn't working. Yeah, on the fake news media. We know why.
Governor Newsom's speech.
So yeah, this is why you don't hire DEI. It was totally
Yeah. I was just gonna say that next. DEI. They got DEI all through the fake news media hires. Yeah. They got DEI hires all up in there in the fake news headquarters. They don't know how to plug stuff in, nothing. I'm telling you. We run a better show over here than over there at the fake news headquarters. I'm just saying.
Silent, and then when Gavin Newsom finally was able to get his pre-recorded live address to the nation up, it sounded, well, like this.
Again, thanks to our law enforcement officers
they're crying.
and the majority of Angelenos who protested peacefully, the situation was winding down and was concentrated in just a few square blocks downtown. But that's not what Donald Trump wanted. He again chose escalation. He chose more force. He chose theatrics over public safety. He federalized another 2,000 Guard members. He deployed more than 700 active U.S. Marines. These are the men and women trained for foreign combat, not domestic law enforcement. We honor their service. We honor their bravery. But we do not want our streets militarized by our own armed forces, not in LA, not in California, not anywhere. We're seeing unmarked cars in school parking lots, kids afraid of attending their own graduation.
Oh, brother.
Trump is pulling a military dragnet all across Los Angeles, well beyond his stated intent to just go after violent and serious criminals. His agents are arresting dishwashers, gardeners, day laborers, and seamstresses. That's just weakness masquerading as strength. Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities.
I've had enough.
Gentlemen, you have total and complete incompetence and a broken system in California run by broken, weepy-eyed beta men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men like Gavin Newsom, and weak men like Gavin Newsom create hard times. Hard times create strong men, and so on and so forth. The cycle continues. One thing that I think is undervalued in this news cycle is President Trump explaining that Gavin Newsom's major crime and main crime is, running for governor. Perfect from Donald Trump here.
And what crime has he committed that would warrant his arrest? What crime has Governor Newsom committed?
A crime has he committed?
Yeah, to warrant his arrest, as you
I think his
suggested earlier.
primary crime is running for governor because he's done such a bad job. What he's done to that state is like what Biden did to this country. And that's pretty bad. It's the wrong philosophy. Hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants, many of them prisoners. They're taking up your health care. They're taking up your space in schools. They're taking up your hospital. And in many cases, they're criminals. And we have to do something about it.
Yep. Can't make it up, man. Yeah. Running for governor, President Trump says. Put that brother in handcuffs and walk him out.